Hey guys, just a quick update on the projects. I know it's been a long time since I've posted any videos. Apologize for that, been busy with work actually, and I haven't gotten really any progress at all done in my shop. So what I'm going to do is talk about the 1958 Chevy Apache 32. So on the 1958 Chevy Apache 32, tell you guys every place where I'm getting that. Basically means it's a half-ton long bed. I'm not real familiar with these, I just work on them. So my project was to do the brakes, and even though I've been slow, you can see the rear. Kind of walk around here a bit. And this has kind of been my workbench. Tailgates are a beautiful thing. Got this rear, and up here on the front, apologize for the lighting, but front's all set and ready to go, and got it adjusted. I don't have the back shoes adjusted, but I have this adjusted so I can bleed it. It's ready to go. This is my guest today, special guest Noco, helping me in my shop. Still a beautiful looking engine. Just wish the front and rear main seals weren't leaking. And the other front. So not a lot of work done. You can hear the shoes dragging in there just a little bit. That'll all come out once I bleed them, get everything set up. What I'm down to is I need to do the master cylinder and get the master cylinder done. Once I get that, I'm going to bleed the brakes. Hopefully I'll do that here later today. And then there's also, once you get it all back together, get the brakes bled, you have to drive it just a little bit, get the shoes kind of find their home, and then come back and readjust all the shoes again. Doesn't hurt also to check the wheel bearings. On these, this is the old-fashioned ball bearing, wheel bearings, and I was going to change them out, but you know what? They look like they were brand new. So I just cleaned them up, put them in the parts washer, cleaned them up, and put them back in after I greased them good and put them all back together. Here's the wheel cylinders. I want to just show you guys this a little bit. Brake lines, you can kind of see they're pretty well shot. Some of them couldn't even get the fittings off, which is a given. I mean, you're going to have that. But here's another one. Brake shoes, I'm going to return back to the owner as they are. They actually, the brake shoes look really good. But what you got to watch for on these is when you start heading down the road on brake shoes that have sat for a long time, if you notice, there's no rivets, nothing. So these here have been replaced, I'd say within the last 20 years. But the problem is the adhesive that keeps the linings on the shoes gets weak over time. And what happens, you're driving down the road and the lining separates from the shoe and you don't have brakes. So a little shot of the wheel cylinders. You can kind of see this is what I had to work with. I love that bleeder screw. That's pretty old. Normally I'd rebuild the wheel cylinders. I did not this time. Just for the simple fact that it was cheaper just to go ahead and buy new. I think are $4 a wheel cylinder, 4 or 5. And I know this looks really bad, but you know, back in the day, you actually took those apart, cleaned them up, run a wheel cylinder hone through them, put a rebuild kit in it. But for $4, I'm not going to argue. That line I didn't even bother to take off. So there's the original master cylinder. It's pretty well shot. I wish that cap was one piece. I'll try to save it, but give it back to the owner. But you can see the piston is shot. Everything about this is shot. So I'll get that all put back together. I do have a new one, brand new. Forget how much it cost. The cap, you know, this is aftermarket. The cap was plastic, but everything else is really good shape. So one thing I did want to point out, there's only a single line on that. Unlike today's master cylinders where you have two. That way, if something happens to one brake line and you lose your fluid, you at least have the other half of the brakes to stop you. Not on these. So anyway, guys, just quick update. Another project I am working on. It's not really a project. My son had a problem with his tie rod end on his car, among other things. And it basically popped right off. I want to show you this. You can see the tie rod on there, and you can, as you can see, the threads aren't in that good a shape. So, not sure what to do there. I'm going to try another tie rod end, but I'm just going to show you this. I can get that on there. Notice how far in I put that? See how much thread there is? I'm going to show you how far I stick it before the threads even start holding me back. Now, got the threads on. I start screwing it in. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but that's how much play I have in those threads. So anyway, that's going to be a project where I'm afraid I'm going to have to change tie rods. In order to change tie rods, you have to change the whole steering gear. They're not replaceable. I'm not sure how much they are. But I guess this becomes a project instead of a fix for my son because it takes a lot. So anyway, that's the quick update. As you can see, nothing else has really changed due to me staying busy at work. So hopefully that'll change and I can update you more often. Till then, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.